Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming along to the first ever AtomicCon event. You are very, very welcome. And yes, if you want to applaud, go nuts, please. Okay, without further ado, I would like to move on to Intel, and we have Camille coming to the stage. Please say hi.
Hi. Guys, it's good to be here. You know, I love technology events. I think this quarter is usually the most exciting for Intel. If you've kind of been tracking the Intel release dates, Q4 for Australia tends to be when we release the enthusiasts, the high-end type of SKUs. I think it was 2 years ago, Tony, we did the first 6-core launch at these Melbourne eGames Expo. And we didn't know at the time. I think we went first in the world because we didn't know any better at the time. So, but we can tend to release, and Melbourne kind of tends to be a great spot for this. So it's been a pretty exciting year, 2011, with the Sandy Bridge launch in our architecture. I mean, when you look at the second-gen core product with 32 nanometer, quick single, turbo boost, hyper-threading, a lot of technology went into the marketplace. One interesting segment that kind of I think you guys hopefully would appreciate, we released a SKU line called the K SKUs, which is 2500K and a 2600K, specifically made for the gaming enthusiast segment that was purposely built just for you guys. We try to make it affordable as well, because we know, the gaming guys, you always want to stretch the kind of dollar and get more performance. And I think that was a kind of good thing we did and had great attraction. One of the amazing things that happened this year with the Sandy Bridge was that enthusiast segment is now probably one of the fastest growing segments of Intel product lines. So it was very widely accepted. So the 2500, 2600 kind of did exceptionally well. You could unlock, overclock, and do the amazing things. We can actually say overclock now, by the way, officially. There's a pun there, but we probably couldn't say overclock 2 years ago. The other thing is that, look, that was kind of early in the year. What I want to talk about is a brand new product that kind of just launched very recently. Anyone want to take a guess what product? No, don't. You may ruin Tuesday. Well, I want to talk to you about a brand new product. It's called the 2700K. So if you're taking up the 2600K, amazing product, and we will be giving one away later on this afternoon, so stay for that. 2700K, 3.5 gigahertz with a 3.9 turbo boost. Now that's pretty amazing, and it's a turbo boost that actually works. It's hyper-thread, it's all the goodness, tick boxes, and it's highly scalable in performance. I was actually just reading online that this was launched about a week ago. Some companies in the US are already selling this in retail at 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz to retail, and I can't remember the dollar, but I think it was very expensive. But this kind of, the K SKUs tend to be what we call our mainstream enthusiasts. Now, not the super high-end, the enthusiast, what I call the silly space, but it is, the mainstream gaming segment does exceptionally well. And if you wanted, they would take it up to 5.3 on your request. This just shows you the scalability of the mainstream core processors. So I think I've talked enough about the 27. Would you like to have a look at it? We've got one here. So Tony, what do we got here?
All right, guys, we've got Cinebench. Does everyone know what Cinebench is, or Signbench for some people? Yes? No? Oh, basically, it's a great benchmark for, I'll try not to get in the way, it's a great benchmark for testing all your cores. So all your hyper-threading all cores, it maxes it out and it renders a scene. So what we've got here on the left, as you'll see up here, is the 875K, so that's previous generation technology. And on the right, we've got the 2700K. So what I'm going to do now is, excuse my back, I'm going to run them both simultaneously, and then you'll see how fast they actually go.
We haven't prepared this beforehand, of course. So what I wanted to actually kind of show here was that this is an 875, so it kind of goes back to the Linfield days. And I wanted to show you generationally what improvements have happened. So we've gone now down to 32 nanometer on this 2700K, hopefully getting a good picture here. But generationally, how much performance have we gained within, I think, 18 months? What was the numbers? Let's not preempt the number here, because I think we kind of roughly know. Yeah. Anyone want to guess what the difference between 875K and a 2700K would be as a percentage? Hey? I love that number, but no. Let's get real. 35 is pretty good. Someone said 27? Where's 27? Over there? That's pretty good. Let's have a look. What's the equipment here, Tony? You want to just give us a brief system?
Yeah, we've got the 875K, so
Yep.
it's got a GTX 580 in there, 4 gig of RAM, same hard drive, same memory, etc. So the only difference, obviously, is the chipsets, the Z68s, and also the P55 that we're running.
Yep.
So yeah, same technology, 875K, 2700K.
I guess the ideal system, I guess in the mainstream, is if you've got a K SKU, pair it to a Z68, put a bit of flash on there for the the SRT flash technology, or even the SSD. Because if you're not using SSD on some of this stuff, you're really underperforming that spec. So that's just a bit of a tick there. So what have we got here, Tony?
All right, we've all finished up.
Yep.
The results we've got for the 875K is we're at 5.49, and the 2700K is 6.9. So that's about a 26%
26
increase in speed.
Yeah, so it's about 26%. So that 26%, there were days when, in the 5-6 years ago, when Intel would come out with a brand new processor and we get 5% performance increase, and the media would go, wow, Intel achieved 6% performance increase. How did they do that? Now, since the Conroe, we're getting double digits, so almost every kind of speed bump along the way, we're trying to get generationally up to 30%. So that's an amazing performance. So if you're looking for something that will top of the line type of enthusiast gaming, the 2700K, there's not much stock of this. You may have to wait a little bit. It's going to be pretty tough to find. If you can't, stick with the 26K, but if you can, wait for the 2700K. It's a pretty amazing product.